Man City have done it again. They've done it again. I cannot believe it. The signing of Tijani Reijnders marks another world-class player joining their ranks. I mean, the talent this guy has is unreal. On the ball, off the ball. He is a total complete midfielder. And they got him for 55 million euros. I mean, wow. Man City in the transfer market recently have had some bumps. I think they've been trying to go after that slightly younger player and then letting them grow and develop. But when you're a team like Man City in the window that they are, they play so many games and they're always in the hunt that they need such elite players to stay at the top of all the competitions. And I think Reijnders marks a little bit of a return to their older style where they find a guy in his peak powers and they just go out and get him. There isn't, well, maybe we can get a guy for slightly less and he'll develop over time into... No, they lost De Bruyne and they went out and they instantly signed Tijani Reijnders, who is looked like a total De Bruyne replacement. And of course, I'm not saying that he's as good as De Bruyne. That's extremely hard to do. I mean, De Bruyne is extremely mercurial and a world-class and a generational talent. But Reijnders, what he's already done, shows that they've really been missing that sort of all-action midfielder who can run and play elite passes while also still putting up numbers on the score sheet just like De Bruyne did. And I think that last season, Reijnders really exploded onto the scene and he almost got held back because he did get held back by how poor that AC Milan side was. And it almost helped him because it kept how good he was playing on a low and it allowed Man City to get a better deal for him. And I just think that the fact that Man City have gotten a player at this level, that Pep has gotten a player at this level in this stage of his career is frightening, is so scary for the rest of the league. And before some of this Isak Liverpool talk, I thought Reijnders was going to be the signing of the season. I think he's an elite player. And again, I thought he was the best player in the Serie A last season on a team that was really poor. Now, the Isak Liverpool thing, I don't know. I'm starting to have second doubts. And just the way Reijnders looked today, I think he's locked for player of the season, or transfer of the season, sorry. And I cannot believe that they looked at their weakness. Man City looked internally and what could we do? And they let De Bruyne go, which honestly, at the time, I completely understood it. But it was also with the caveat that they were going to let all of their older midfielders go. And I think keeping Bernardo and Gundogan was kind of interesting. But replacing him with a player at the level of Reijnders was a masterstroke. And I think Reijnders is just going to be such a problem for this league. And he's not somebody who has a bunch of miles on him. He's a little bit older at 27, of course, but I think he's in his prime. And like I said, that is a Man City signing, to sign a guy at their best, at the peak of their powers, to come in and dominate and win right now. And I think I've always admired Man City for their brutality and getting rid of players when they don't play well and signing elite world-class players. And like I said, the last couple of years, they haven't done that. Man City's transfer windows have always been a little bit lackluster in the last couple of years. And I think Reijnders is somebody who is not the biggest name if you don't watch maybe European football. If you only watch English football, you might not really know what this guy's about. But I think the game against Wolves demonstrates perfectly how good he is, how he brings other people into play, how he runs with the ball in such strength, and he's just ruthless. I mean, the goal he scores against Wolves where he just opens up his body and hits it, and it's perfect, the technique. And of course, he had a couple misplayed passes because he's playing the ball forward. He's going for it. And I think sometimes City with Haaland, they're a little bit... They don't want to play the ball as quick. They don't want to hold on to that possession, and they want to, as we've seen Pep teams play. But I think Reijnders breaks that mold a little bit and really allows Pep to maybe want to play a little bit faster this season, as football has been changing into needing athletes who can run and play quick. And Man City pushing their lineup also allowed Reijnders to pick the ball up a little bit deeper and earlier, and then run and play beautiful 1-2s with those players that Man City has, which we already know are technically brilliant. So I'm really, really scared as a fan of the Premier League for what Reijnders is going to do, but I'm also excited because I think that in the last couple of years, the Prem has been missing players like this. They've been missing prime players who dominate, who are elite, and can just slot in and start being elite at the second they come in. I think there has been such the movement to signing younger players, and I think that the overall quality of the Prem had gone down a little bit because there was such a thing of waiting for players to develop. But I think there is a return back to needing guys with instant impact right now, and Reijnders is the perfect example of that. Man City are going to be a great team to watch this year, and I think they're Premier League favorites as they are every single year under Pep, and I think Reijnders is going to be a key catalyst in pushing them towards the Champions League title as well as a Premier League title. We've already seen him in Europe run, and he could play in any position, and I just think that under Pep and with the amount of quality that's in this Man City team with Cherki and Savinho if he stays, and Marmoush and Haaland, of course, to be a willing runner. And I just think that Man City is going to be a great team, and I think Reijnders is really going to be the driving force of this elite Man City team. But what do you think? Let me know. Am I overrating one game from him? Am I discounting how tough the Prem is? Was it just a flash in the pan, or is he really, really this good? Because I believe the latter. I think he is a elite world-class player, and I think under Pep he could only get better. But let me know what you think down below, and goodbye.